don't know, dude. You know how you get it's if you
get excited.
If you get excited like at the beginning of a prep and you're like, okay, this off season has been productive and like I'm like, you know, I made progress and you know what I mean? And you have the mindset going into prep like, man, I just want to get freaking peeled out of my mind.
That's a good mindset.
That's a really, really good way to start a prep.
Yes.
And that's where I'm at. I'm just like itching. I'm like chomping at the bit to be freaking shredded, dude. Like I'm not stressing that I'm not shredded yet, but I'm so excited to be like inside out peeled.
Derek Lunsford, folks, becomes the first bodybuilder in history to win in 2 different Olympia divisions. Your 212 Olympia champion now, Mr. Olympia.
History was made, but the story has just begun. I feel like these socks are not going to be like the right match for these shoes. You know what I mean? It's kind of
like they're too white poking out of the shoe.
Let me put them on and see. I would wear my other white Nikes, but they are in my bag at the airport, which is in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Dude, it was a long day yesterday, bro. Let me just first say, it was actually a really great trip up in Canada. I'm not just saying that. I normally don't like to travel 12 weeks out from the Olympia for events, you know, too much. Like normally I just kind of stay at home and that's when I get my routine, and I will just, you know, probably just fly out to Dallas to see Hani, or I'll go to Pittsburgh for the road to the Olympia, a couple weeks out from the Olympia. But other than that, I don't do really an event, like any events within this time frame. But anyway, went to Canada this past weekend. Was up there Thursday to yesterday, Monday. And Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we did 3 different supplement stores at the Supplement World supplement stores up in Canada. First location was Saskatoon. Second location was Edmonton. And then the third location was Calgary. And those are all over Canada. So they actually flew us on a private jet.
That's cool.
Yeah, from location to location. So it was like way better than having to go to like the regular airport and go through TSA and all that jazz.
Stop there. How did you fit on the little private plane?
Bro, so I'm not gonna lie, it was like definitely tiny. Like I was like this the whole time, and Hani was sitting here next to me. But you know what, dude? It wasn't uncomfortable. It was smooth. They said, oh, like the turbulence is gonna be worse because it's a smaller plane. I'm like, no, like actually I've experienced way worse turbulence on bigger planes. So, dude, I'm telling you, after flying private this past weekend, I almost don't even want to ever fly anything else. And not only that, but after yesterday's experience on the way home, all right, so this is what happened. There's been these like cyber attacks, or they call them not, like, they say that it's not cyber attacks, it's just some faulty thing going on, but I choose to believe that something fishy is happening. On the way back, I flew Delta, and I went from Calgary to Minneapolis. And when I got to Minneapolis, got off the plane, my flight to Tampa was canceled. And I was like, you have to be kidding me. I was like, this is exactly why I don't try to like do like a bunch of traveling, you know, while I'm on my Olympia prep, because if you get stuck somewhere, you know, you're out of your routine, and like there's another day or two that may go by that sets you back a little bit. So I was like, oh my gosh, it was stressful. Well, the Evogen team and Hani helped me out tremendously by making sure that they were searching for more flights to get me home. So anyhow, I had to book, or they booked a Southwest flight for me from Minneapolis to Nashville, and from Nashville to Tampa. So during that time, I had a check bag, and I went to go look for my check bag, and there were like hundreds or thousands of people like thousands of people that were just standing there, like canceled flights, tons of bags, like you wouldn't even believe. And I was asking them, I was like, hey, like, is there any way I could, locate my bag and take it with me on this other flight? And they're like, no, you're going to have to leave it here, and it's going to go whenever the next flight goes. So long story short, I took the Southwest flight to Nashville for a layover. It was in Nashville, came to Tampa, but my bag had to stay in Minneapolis, which I got a notification that the flight that I was supposed to be on today from Minneapolis to Tampa was canceled. And so, yeah, so basically these cyber issues have been causing a lot of problems with flights especially, and it just so happened that it was like a massive situation with the Delta flights in Minneapolis, which is exactly where I was at yesterday. Yeah, so apparently Southwest didn't have as many issues or any, I don't know. But anyway, it was just a crazy, crazy day yesterday. But like I said, nonetheless, it was an awesome trip up in Canada. That was my first time in Canada, first time ever. And it was surprisingly very similar to like the Midwest USA, like where we were at in Saskatoon, Edmonton, and Calgary. The people were very similar to like the Midwest people, because I'm from Indiana, so like I'm a Midwest guy myself. And I was like, man, this is almost reminding me of home in a way. Like,
that's cool.
It didn't feel foreign. It felt really, people were down to earth, very cool, and very, there's a lot of bodybuilding fans, man. Like there was one of the events, I was there for like 4 or 5 hours straight. People had been there for over 5.5 hours waiting to just get a picture and say what's up to me and Hani, and just, I tend to talk too long to people sometimes. I like to have nice, genuine conversations. But I also remember what it was like to just be a fan of bodybuilding, and meet the people that I looked up to in bodybuilding. And I remember the good interactions that I had with people, and I remember some of the disappointing interactions, and I hope that I can limit the disappointments to something very, very small, and just build our bodybuilding community. Because honestly, man, like I was telling people up there, it's like, they would say, oh man, this is so inspiring, so motivating. Like you come up here and, thank you for coming. And I'm like, honestly, it does a lot for me too. Like coming up here reminds me of how much support that I have. Yeah. And that it just makes you want to go home and kill it this prep. Yeah. So that's why I said it was a really good trip, because it got me even more fired up. Plus, I was with Hani, and we had some really good training sessions, those were filmed and will be coming out on the Evogen channel too, which is going to be really good. But nonetheless, he took a look at me and he's like, "Yo, we're in a really good spot right now." So that made me confident, made me really happy. And I know for myself, like I'm way stronger than I've ever been. I'm denser and bigger than I've ever been, and honestly, I'm really happy with like how my proportions have gotten better. Yeah. By growing, because sometimes people grow and it's not always like a positive look. For me, like I've made sure to like not get my weight too high and make sure that my proportions are growing, appropriately. So I'm really thrilled with where we're at now.
Hello.
All right, what we got here? Meal 2. So I specially sliced up the steak, weighed it all out, cooked it all myself. Oh. Yeah. Just kidding. Shout out to Mega Fit Meals for making this meal possible.
Making this meal possible.
No, for real. All right, so this is what I'm doing now, being 12 weeks out. So of course I have Mega Fit Meals, you all know, but I'm just having them do like just the meat. So instead of having them do like the regular custom meals, I say just send me a pound of meat in the tray, and then I'll weigh it out myself. We'll make our own rice. So that's what we're doing here. So thanks to my beautiful wife.
That microwaved it and measured it out for me. Listen, being a wife is hard work. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I wouldn't know, okay?
Gonna have diapers for Evie. One for Evie. One for Derek. For Evie.
What are you talking about?
One for Derek.
On second thought, maybe we shouldn't put my wife in these YouTube videos. Dude, this one steak meal a day is all I need. But when this goes, bro, that's when you start digging a little deeper.
But I have Evie's new car
Let's see.
today, and I was really hoping to test it out, but
Well, I had to buy all new toiletry today because my toiletry is in Minneapolis. It is.
How much was in your bag?
I don't know, but I spent $90. So it was like, first thing was a comb. Then I had to get some toothpaste.
we have, babe, we literally have a large amount of toothpaste because you keep buying packs of them from Amazon.
I know after today we're gonna have a lot.
How much did you buy? You can't, Derek literally buys, what is it? Like a crap ton of toothpaste, deodorant, razors.
Shampoo?
No. It's like he's hoarding them if he ever runs out. But then he doesn't use it because I put him away, and then he never used it, and he just keeps buying more.
Maybe because I can't find it.
They're,
Where'd you put it?
babe, they're literally underneath the sink. You have to.
They're not there. I looked the other day. I swear I looked the other day.
Did you look in the little drawers?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go pull out the toothpaste. Tell me there's toothpaste in there.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I looked in every single drawer. There's not any in there. Because if she brings any out, it comes from a different place. Watch. Telling you. Probably won't come back for a minute.
She's looking real hard for it.
Oh yeah, they're not there. Maybe she's gonna thank me for ordering more.
3 hours later.
Oh, how much did you find? How much did you find? One full.
One full. That hasn't been opened.
Where was it?
Underneath the sink.
Was it in the drawer?
It was underneath the sink.
See, I told you.
But it was under the sink.
I told you. All married men out there know what I'm talking about. The wives hide stuff. You know what? Oh, let me tell you something else. No. She can't deny this. Wait. She'll actually hide stuff from herself. She hides stuff from herself. And then let me tell you something. This is when we go on trips and we're gone. So that way, if anybody broke in the house, nobody would, search here, search there. Guess what? We come home, she goes, crap, I can't remember where I put that. And then she gets mad at me for asking, like, hey, I can't find my blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, did you look? I'm like, you keep moving and you don't even know where it's at.
I can't deny that because even Trevor knows. I had to order a whole new one.
Did you never find
I
it?
can't find it. I really don't know where I put it. Maybe someone did break in and take it.
Maybe.
Is that good, Trevor? The vanilla.
Hi. Hi, Evie. Hi, girl. How are you doing? Hi. Hi. Hi.
I love you. What do you think? You gonna go to the gym with me today? You gonna help Daddy work out? Whoa, she's excited.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna help Daddy work out? You gonna cheer me on? Yeah. Go, Dad, go. Go, Dad, go.
I love you. Love you.
All right, we're gonna mix up the pre real quick before we go. I might have a scoop here. Yeah, I think I've got a scoop.
What?
Go! Ho! Pow! Let's go! No more. Up. Bro, those fat grips that roll, dangerous, dude. Get ready for a drop.
Drop set.
Yeah, get ready for a drop set here. It's nothing crazy. I'm just a back off set, but I want to get some extra reps and like get a deeper stretch on the 135. Ooh. I've been really trying to work on my flexibility, my like getting a deeper range of motion, bigger stretch on all my body parts. So I feel like when you're able to go like deeper in the stretch, you're able to grow the muscle, you're able to see more details in the muscle, and it also prevents injury, of course, because your muscles are more elastic. And I've noticed where the last few years, as I've gotten bigger and added more muscle tissue, gotten stronger, my flexibility has decreased a little. So over this past year, I have really tried to do whatever it took to get better flexibility in my joints. So most people know getting deep tissue massage therapy and those kind of therapies and different modalities will help with that, but also just simply stretching or getting like backing off the weight maybe after the last set and just trying to go as deep as you can and stretch. Don't worry too much about the weight or how many reps you get. Just think about how much of a stretch you can get. And so that's what I've been doing. And I've noticed that these nagging little pains in some of the areas where some of the places where I'm not as flexible have actually like gone away or gotten better. So I attribute a lot of that to things like this, where I, wasn't supposed to be something super impressive, wasn't even supposed to really burn me out in terms of like my muscle fatigue. It was just supposed to be more for like the stretch and opening up the muscle fibers to allow more blood in there and just stretching that muscle. So now we move on. Let's do a little bit more front delt by doing some front raises, and then we can finish up the day with some like rear delt work, or finish up the shoulders with rear delt work.
Maybe it wasn't in one set.
I saw him walk away and I'm like, you don't look like you're doing it anymore.
He just came over like we're using anything. It was the first time we used it. Huh?
Oh, that's intense. Yeah. I've seen other people doing it. Too lazy to do it.
Me too. I just put my hands up here. It just takes for how much we've done. I'm surprised I still feel pro strong. I didn't think I was going to after the week now. Maybe doing 8%. Wait for it to go. Okay, I get behind that. Something sort of ridiculous, you guys. Like you.
Come on!
That is a taste of
All right, so I want to explain something now. Since we just finished rear delts,
I didn't explain this earlier when I was doing front delts, but if you guys were watching and paying attention, you can see the difference in my hand positioning as I was doing the front raises. I did 2 sets where my palms were facing like this. So I was doing it like that. I did 2 sets, and then I did 2 sets where my palms were facing down like this. So that's gonna hit a little bit different angle and hit a little bit different muscle fibers in the front delt. So we did the cable machine, whatever. We did the cables to start off the rear delt flies. My palms were facing like this, here, like this, and I was going wide and high. And then I came over and did some dumbbells, and my palms were faced like this. I did a couple sets. So once again, it's gonna hit a little different angle. And I found that when my palms are faced in towards each other, I'm not quite as strong. So when my palms are faced down, I'm a little bit stronger in that. So that's why I do that second. But maybe for you, it's different, who knows? But either way, I suggest doing both variations. So that way you're hitting all the angles and muscle fibers in the front and rear delts. And of course, if you want to take it all the way back to the beginning to the middle delt, or the middle delt. I like to start off with the middle delt the most to get the round cap shoulders. But I did some dumbbells to start out, where I did most of my heavy lifting, and then I did some isolated on the cables as well. So that's another reason why you saw me switch back and forth between free weight dumbbells and cables, is because I like the constant tension of the cables, but I also like to go a little bit heavier, more intense with the free weights. So doing a combo of both is really important, not just for shoulder day, but any workout for that matter. So to be quite honest, my delts are pretty fried, but I want to go ahead and touch up on a little bit of the traps. So I'm just going to go ahead and go and I'm going to decide. I don't know if I'm going to do upright rows or shrugs or both. I might just pick one and go with that, but we'll go see what's available. I usually like to do this on the Smith machine. So let's go see if one's available, and we'll finish up delt there. Okay, so the Smith machine was not available, or at least the one I wanted. So you know what we're gonna do today, like I said, since my delt's already fried, I'm not going to do the upright rows. Feel like that's gonna hit mostly the middle delt, and I pretty much smashed it right in the beginning of the workout. And of course, when you're hitting like the front and the rear delts, you're gonna hit a little of the middle delt too. So all in all, my delts are pretty fried. So let's just go ahead and finish with some dumbbell shrugs for the traps mostly. And then I still want to do some abs today, so I cannot skip abs, but finish up these shrugs for delts. So what tends to happen with me, admittedly, I'm not gonna lie, I usually just stay in the gym and keep doing more and more and more and more sets and exercises and volume. And so typically it's hard for me to leave the gym. Trev, you know, we end up lingering around for 3 hours, hitting 20 different exercises, 4 or 5 sets a piece. So over the years, I've realized that more is not always better. And like today, I have to listen to my body and know that I have smashed all angles of my delts. So again, a minute ago, I was like, maybe I'll do some upright rows, I'll do some face pulls, or do some other exercises. And in the past, I would have been like, you can't leave here without doing it. But like I said, I have to listen to my body. I need to know when enough is enough. And that's why I just decided that since the machine was used anyway, I said, you know what, this is a sign. Derek, you've smashed it already, you're good. Touch up on the traps and get out of here. Get it done. So that's me, admittedly, always wanting to do more here in the gym, which I think is good. I think it's better to have the mentality of wanting to do more and leave the gym with no stone unturned than to be someone where it's really hard to get yourself to go to the gym in the first place, or even get started and finish the workout that you need to do. So I think it's better to be able to rein it back in than to tell somebody, hey, you got to do more. But nonetheless, it takes a strong-willed mind to do the work or to pull yourself back in. And that's something I'm having to learn, or have been learning over the last few years. Listen to your body. And I will say I've noticed a lot better results, especially this past year, by doing that. Effective workouts. Effective workouts. Not more. Effective. Just one more.
Always one more.
And I am gonna do abs. That's a fact.
Facts.
You gotta want it, bro. You gotta wanna be here. You gotta love it. I love it. And I'm coming to keep what's mine in less than 12 weeks. That's it for delts. Let's go finish up with abs. Cheese grater. Need your clothes washed? Flippin' love this flavor.
Some gains.
Hi, baby.
Right now. And she finished up a serving, so I took it away from her to give her more, and she screamed because I took it from her.
Hi, Evie. Like I just really want to get shredded, bro. Like I don't know, dude. You know how you get if you
You're excited.
if you get excited like at the beginning of a prep and you're like, okay, this off season has been productive and like I'm like, you know, I made progress and you know what I mean? And you have the mindset going into prep like, man, I just want to get freaking peeled out of my mind.
That's a good mindset.
That's a really, really good way to start a prep.
Yes.
And that's where I'm at. I'm just like itching. I'm like chomping at the bit to be freaking shredded, dude. Like I'm not stressing that I'm not shredded yet, but I'm so excited to be like inside out peeled, you know? So like any like food stuff, like I don't care, dude. I want to be nasty peeled. Now that I feel like a train has hit me, that's how I feel after a good deep tissue massage. I'm gonna eat a meal and go to bed. Peace. Oh, subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment below, and as always, if you want to support me, support the channel, all the links to sponsors such as supplements, TLF apparel,
MegaFit meals, and Iron Rebel lifting gear. All of them are below. Code Derek. Now, peace out.